Elon Musk is betting big, really betting big on Donald Trump, and Trump just can't stop praising Elon Musk at his rallies.
And I love Elon, by the way. They said, you know Elon Musk? I said, I do. In fact, he endorsed me like so beautifully. His endorsement was one of the most beautifully written endorsements. That's in between those rocket ships that go up and down all the time. I mean, how cool was that, though, right? Yeah.
Now, just a reminder, Musk is the richest person on the planet, worth more than $200 billion. So the tens of millions of dollars he is pouring into the Trump campaign isn't even a rounding error from Musk. But part of his plan, a legally dubious maneuver to encourage voter registration with $1 million a day sweepstakes for people who sign a petition he created. Now, the question is this bromance a real friendship? Is it transactional, a business partnership? Is it a little bit of both? My panel is back with me, and we are lucky to have Frank still with us, who wrote a terrific piece for The Atlantic, and it is called Trump May Be Musk's Trojan Horse. That is the subtitle of it. What do you think Musk stands to gain here?
So, first of all, Elon Musk is incredibly entangled with the government. He has billions of dollars of government contracts. SpaceX does a lot of NASA's core work. He's got all these contracts with the national security state. He's under investigation for various things. So he definitely needs a patron in the Oval Office. And if Trump gets in, it's an incredible business opportunity because Trump is somebody who practices a kind of cronyist type of mindset. And so there's that. And then there's this other part of what Musk is probably thinking at this time, is that he's somebody who comes from Silicon Valley, and there is this Silicon Valley libertarian fantasy about how the smartest, most super intelligent person should be the person who has their hands on the levers of government. And so Trump has invited Musk into the heart of the government. He says, you're going to be the guy who's going to get to redesign government to be more efficient. He said he's going to be the secretary of cost cutting. And so for somebody who is a monomaniac like Elon Musk, it's an incredible opportunity to not just get rich off the government, but to impose himself on America.
And let me just sort of supplement what you just said in a couple of ways. First, I'll show a quote from your piece. If Musk can propel Trump back to the White House, it will mark the moment that his own superintelligence merges with the most powerful apparatus on the planet, the American government, not to mention the business opportunity of the century. And just on that really important note about the entanglement that Musk and all of his billions have and reliance that they have with contracts from the government, $15.4 billion. That is the amount of government contracts, according to the New York Times, that his companies have gotten from the government.
Right. So he's already deeply entangled. He does all the stuff with the national security state. He supplies communications for the Pentagon. He has classified contracts that we don't actually know the true substance of. He has a $1.8 billion contract that we think is with the National Reconnaissance Office. And then if you're the guy who's redesigning government and you're going to use SpaceX as the template, which means that you're going to privatize all these things that the government used to do and hand them off to companies. And then his companies are sitting there waiting with this expertise and these relationships that they've already cultivated.
And then there's the way that he appears to be connecting with Trump voters. Let's listen to some of those voters who my colleague Donnie O'Sullivan spoke with at some Trump events.
He's just so inspirational. What an amazing guy. What I think he offers is being able to use his platform to bring the truth to more people that may not otherwise even give a crap about politics.
I was definitely a bit of a Trump hater, I guess.
So 2020, you weren't a Trump guy?
No. I think I was more on down the middle, didn't really care about it. I felt everything's just too crazy. I don't want to get involved. And this, I guess, is the most involved I'm getting. I haven't gone to any other rallies, and I probably won't.
Yeah, I mean, the big question is how much is everything that he is doing right now, pouring millions of dollars into his super PAC, obviously being a surrogate and a big name surrogate at that for Donald Trump. How much of a difference will that potentially make? You raised the question of if he is successful at helping to propel Donald Trump back to the White House. I will say, even at a moment like this, when Democrats are so reticent to underestimate anything that Republicans are doing on the other side, this is one area, the paid voter contact that Elon Musk is working on, where there is serious skepticism. It is really, really expensive. It is not scalable. They do not think that that can replace legitimate voter contact and ground game, basically, that Democrats feel pretty good about. But again, this idea that he is out there, he has such a big name ID, he's just famous and has the celebrity status that Donald Trump does, frankly. I think that's where we don't know how much of a difference that will ultimately end up making.
I want you to listen to what AOC said about Musk and about Donald Trump and how they connect with her argument.
When you have a billionaire just dangling $1 million to those of us and many of us who are struggling to make ends meet if they dance for him. You've got Donald Trump putting on a little McDonald's costume because he thinks that's what people do. They're not trying to empathize with us. They are making fun of us.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the pushback against this. At the people who are not already sold on Elon Musk is this idea that here you have this billionaire trying to buy the election, and that, you know, the American people shouldn't stand for that. I will say that, I think this reporting is very, it's so pivotal and it's so important. If, Trump does take the White House and Musk gets in there and tries to make government efficient, though. I mean, I heard those things from Jared Kushner. I remember sitting there, he was going to fix government. I want to see it happen, because it seems like when Silicon Valley comes in there and they have all these grand ideas about fixing government and making it more efficient, and it seems like that's where those ideas go to die. So, yeah.
Well, look, just a quick question for you. Do you know if Elon has changed Trump's opinion on electric vehicles? Because that, to me, when you look at the core of Trump's wealth, Elon's wealth, it's EVs, it's Tesla. And you don't see many Republicans bragging about their latest Tesla. You see plenty of Democrats bragging. It's like this great. So is there any? And there are all these tax credits that people are going to get for EVs. So do we know if where Trump is on that?
Well, I think that actually Musk is skeptical of those tax credits and subsidies for EVs, even as he profits from them, because he has this suspicion that the Biden administration has been putting their thumb on the scale for Ford and GM and against Tesla. But I do think the Jared Kushner thing is actually very interesting, because Kushner may not have reinvented government, but he certainly found a lot of ways to leverage his connections in order to get personally wealthy.
All right, and we didn't even have time to talk about what Elon Musk has done with Twitter. The fact that Jelly Roll has now gone off of Twitter because he says it's too toxic. That's a whole different conversation.